Hey everyone, I'm Nadia Munla. I'm an embodiment and intimacy coach, and I'm here to talk to you today about the three messages that are killing us as women. So in the over 10 years that I've been working with women in the sensual movement space and working with them to drop deeper into their bodies, what I've come to realize is there's essentially three, like across the board, there's three messages that most of us have been working with and are slowly working to essentially strip off of our bodies so that we can reclaim our freedom. And those are around pleasure, power, and play. So the first one, I'll get into the one in pleasure. Pleasure, there's this message that, our pleasure, in particular, our sensuality and our erotic pleasure is dangerous, is unsafe. And so this is a very, I would say over the last period in history right now that we've been in with now being post-Me Too movement, this is very much in the ethos, right? This idea of it's really coming to the surface how much for really hundreds of years, thousands of years, women have been working with this message of it is unsafe to be in my sensual erotic body. And so that's the first one. The second message is that play is unproductive, right? This idea that like work hard, play later, suck it up. When we were kids, it was like, okay, do your homework, then you get time to play or watch TV or whatever it was that was fun for you. And that really haunts us and goes into our adult lives, where we often then find ourselves going, okay, once I do this, I'll get that. Or once I do this, I deserve that. And it does not really allow us to create from a place of play and flow and openness. And instead, what we are creating is often from this push of, I have to make it happen. There's like a fear behind it that really motivates us to be productive, as opposed to a play that allows us to create. And then the third message, and this is really a much more complex one that I break down, and in and of itself has many layers, but it's essentially this idea that our emotionality is weak and that our power is sort of this top-down approach, right? So we've all grown up and we've been looking at systems. We can still see systems in our society right now that essentially are all about this top-down approach. It's all about like a certain hierarchy and sort of the way that you have power is by ascending to the top of the ranks and then doing this, Again, there's this energy of fear in a way that comes from that is very key to that. And what we're saying here is like, no, the new paradigm of power, of leadership, is one that includes feminine values of embodiment, of intuition, of body-led wisdom, of really tapping into our emotionality and our feeling as a way to truly inhabit and embody our power, as opposed to one where we are essentially putting it on like a costume or trying to get it from externally sourcing it, right? So one is internally sourced and one is sort of externally sourced. Because power that has fear with it, right, is one that's then dependent on people's fear. Power where there is love and intuition and connection to your body is one that no one can take away from you. So it's a very different way of operating. All to say, it became clear to me that when women come and whatever it might be that they're working on, whether it's something with their romantic relationship, maybe it's something with their career, perhaps it's directly related to the relationship with their bodies or their sexuality, whatever it is, there's always at least one of these three things, if not all of these three things, at play at some level. And so in Embody, in both the coaching and the movement experience, we work with these three archetypes that have created the sensual siren, the warrior queen, and the inner little girl, who are essentially shepherds and part of our internal army that help us then peel away these layers, these messages that are plastered on our bodies, because they have the medicine for each, they have the antidote for each. So to hear more about those, and to, if you're curious which one you're really good at and you embody and which one you want to explore further, we do have an Embody archetype quiz that you can take that we'll link below, and you can also watch the different videos on each particular archetype in the comments below. So for now, I would just take a moment and think about, you know, which message really rings true to you, which one has the most power over you, and maybe take some time to start to explore the archetype that is connected to that message through movement. We have particular Embody at Home classes that are archetype editions, nice little 10-15 minute movement experiences, or through your own journaling of who this archetype really is for you, how you can bring her more online in your life today. All right, let me know how it goes. See you soon.